Welcome to hole number 1 of the Summer Shores tournament, played on the Oasis course with the new hole locations. Now, we've played some of these locations before. Keep that in mind. Setting up here with the navigator and an extra mile, and we're playing this with 1 bar of topspin, 1 left spin, and I prefer to play this hole on the left-hand side. It gives us a good angle of approach for that second shot. Gonna make that 10% max adjustment and just hitting this one clean. I think I gave it like a little click of curl. Sometimes you got to just use the feel, you know. Just past the shadows here onto that second fairway should set you up very nicely for the second shot. I hope you guys are looking forward to this tournament. I know I am. It should be a lot of fun. Playing this one myself in Master. Leave a comment down below. What level of tournament do you play? Obviously some rookie, but anything else? Second shot here, 2 bars of backspin, 1 bar of left spin. Now, look, you'll see this shot after I play it. I think I probably should have played it with 3 bars of backspin and left the ball guide like a little bit short, probably 1 to 2 squares. I think this one comes in about 2 to 3 green squares hot, but all in all, you know, it's basically a very tweakable and dial-inable type of shot here. So perfect away. And as you can see, you know, you're just one well-constructed sniper away from getting a drop here. Not very far off whatsoever. And we'll move on to the next hole. Hole number 2, this par 4, I'm going to show you an interesting shot. The drive isn't incredible, but we play it on the right-hand side. Now, you see I've got the extra mile. I will change that in a moment. I do use maximum top spin here and 1 bar of left spin, which is going to be 9 top and 1 bar of left spin. The reason I have the katana is I need to use that side spin around the green to make sure that we can get the ball guide where we need it to be. So there we go. Big topper coming into play. Max top. Yep, we got you. There it is. Don't worry about it. We got lots of time. So just clean little setup here. 10% max adjustment. And you'll see we're pulling, yeah, just a tiny bit into overpower. So then I just give it a tiny little bit of overpower. I don't think I really did, but you should just, you know, compensate slightly there, as I'm sure you're well aware. Ball comes in nicely anyway, rolling up the fairway here, and, you know, there's lots of room to work with. If you've got a strong tailwind and you can get it over and go further, by all means, you know, but this is just a guide, a general path to try to get you some beautiful drops. Now, second shot here, spicy little rough bump. I'm sorry, David, Mr. Harris. I think this is the way to play here, and I'm going to go with 2 bars of backspin, 2 bars of left spin. You'll see that just about now. And you see how that gets that ball guide right on line. Now, green ring in the middle here. We do have to have a precise adjustment. 10% max here is going to be the pull in this wind. But of course, you know, you need to tweak this shot according to your comfort level, according to your play style. You can just bounce it in just right to the right of the rough there. But I think all in all, this is really going to be the way to get that consistent drop, especially if you get some nasty headwind. Ooh, just a little off, but we can get that one to go absolutely. Hole 3, par 3, and you know, the best way to get the drop here is, of course, the rough bump. Now, it's going to come down to just about 0.5 bars of backspin here, played with the katana and the Goliath. Of course, I could certainly play like a navigator here, you know, just to cut down that wind, especially in this kind of harsh angle. I've got the top of that green ring at the top of the rough, and you know, if you had a tailwind, you'd probably want to set this up with the top of the yellow ring there. It's all about making those little adjustments to get it exactly where you need it to go. All in all, this was a clean 10% max adjustment here, and we're just going directly at the hole. This might have needed a little tiny bit more backspin. It does come in a little bit hot, but it's completely online, right at the pin, getting the hole. Hole 4, pretty difficult par 4. Setting up here with a navigator and an extra mile. I'm going to give this one 4.5 bars of topspin. And you'll notice I'm basically right at max distance with that red ring, just touching the right rough. And we're going to give this one a 10% max adjustment here into the wind, which means I do need to compensate this time with a reasonable amount of overpower. I probably gave that about 1 ring of overpower. Probably could have gone 2 to 3 if necessary, but you'll see here pushing the distance isn't essential for this play. Lots of room to get it up to the second fairway, and you know, a little bit of runway left there, but you can get a glitch that goes in the rough, so don't be too aggressive. Second shot, we're going for a bounce, a rough bump second bounce here. 3.5 bars of top, 0.5 bars of left spin. And, you know, this one, depending on the level of clubs in your bag, you might want to bring a Viper here, but you won't have as much topspin to work with. So keep that in mind. And if you have like a P3 ball, you can do a rough bump directly to the final fairway there surrounding the green. It really just depends on how you prefer to play the shot. 10% max on the pull here. And I think this, you'll see this one comes in really, really nicely. And I think it's, you know, a good shot and one that certainly has merit depending on your play style. So got to hit perfect. It's going to come in and, you know, you can be the judge. Not too bad. Speed is nice here. Just a tiny bit off, over pulled, but I think this one is going to look pretty good. Hole number 5, this part 3, the only way I know how to get a drop here is with the rough bump, especially with this new hole location. I'm playing this with 1 bar of topspin, basically any ball you choose. I got a little bit of headwind here, so I'm bringing the navigator to try to cut that down. You can see how I'm trailing this ball out to the left of the pin. The green does slope there from left to right, and you'll notice that considerably when the ball rolls out. This is a good wind angle for this shot. If you have to pull down into that very steep bunker, you're going to have to play around with how many rings you might have to push up after your adjustment. So keep that in mind. You know, this is not the easiest hole. You might play backspin directly to the green safely like a Guardian or something, but as you can see, this definitely has merit. Hole number 6, I'm going to play this one on the right-hand side. Extra mile and a Titan, 4.5 top, and 2 bars of left spin. There's certainly still a play on the left, but the new hole location puts that pin a little bit out of reach of rookie clubs in many situations here. So as you can see, at max distance, half the red ring in the left rough. Going to adjust 10% max here and just put this one nicely into play. I can't remember if I give it any overpower. I don't think so, but we're going to go about 3/4 of a ball of left curl. That reminds me, it's not on my note here. Check out erelicgaming.com. You can download free notes for this and 9-hole pro tournaments if that's something that interests you, always for free. So feel free to check that out and share the website with your friends. Second shot here, I'm going to play it with the sniper, and now you can see how that pin location in the back right, I use 2 bars of left spin and 1 bar of top spin here. And this one is very, very close to being exactly where we want it. You might consider bringing a Kingmaker ball here because that extra side spin, that 3rd bar of side spin, I think would work very, very nicely to put us in a really, really good position. But all in all, you know, I think Horizon would have to be the play on the left-hand side. And I know that's a less common club to have in a, you know, in a good level. So you be the judge here, 10% on that second shot, and, you know, just a little bit slow, kind of slows it down, but gets it close, gives us something we can definitely work with. Hole 7 here will show you just how tough these par 3s on the Oasis really can be. Navigator and a sniper ball here, 1 bar of top spin, and I'm playing it from this middle pad. And we're using a second bounce rough bump technique once again. 20% minimum distance is going to be the ring pull here. And the thing I liked about this shot is I feel like you've got a good bit of control over the outcome. Now, if you're having to adjust down the slope of that pad, give it more left spin and try to avoid that. Or we might have to play, you know, a Guardian closer to the pin. But all in all, look how nice this one comes in. Just slows down ever so slightly, but I think you're going to get a lot of booms with that kind of shot. Hole number 8, I think this is a fair par 4. It's going to give us a pretty reasonable chance at a drop. I set up with an extra mile and a Titan. We're going to play 4.5 top, 2 bars of left spin. And if the wind is favorable, you can bounce on that second fairway. But in a headwind here, I strongly recommend you play this bounce over technique. It could be done with a big topper, but there's fine margins in play here, and you need to be careful or you'll put this ball in the rough, okay? Especially near the end of the roll out here. So make the 10% max adjustment, then half a ball of left curl. And this one, make sure you take some practice shots here. It looks so easy, but you can clip that left rough and you can roll down into the right rough over by the trees here. Try to carry a little bit further if you can, but this will still leave us for a nice looking long iron. I played this one with 3.5 bars of top spin. And, you know, I don't know if this is exactly the perfect spin set for this rough bump. I think I played the first one here with right spin. It was a little bit glitchy. And I'm going to, or excuse me, left. And I changed it to right spin. I think that right spin actually would play quite nicely. I don't know why I just stopped there and didn't give it a further chance. Nothing wrong, though, with just having pure top spin and no side spin. But, this is the kind of thing that, needs a bit of tweaking. But I want you to see the general path and how to safely get your opportunity here. It's difficult when you're playing and practicing with random wins. I can't just kind of make up all the tournament wins as you go. And unfortunately, no time to play rookie live. So 10% min there comes up here. A little bit of a slope. We're just missing off to the side. Little tiny bit less adjustment on this one. And you're going to get yet another drop on a difficult course. Hole number 9, Titan and a big topper. The reason for the big topper here, we need the curl. 10% max is going to be the adjustment here, and we're going to give it 2 bars of top spin and 2 bars of right spin. There we go. 2 bars top, 2 bars right. You'll see how close we're setting up in this little corner by the end of the rough and the bunker, but we're trying to get it down to that little skinny fairway in the middle. So top of the yellow there at the top, and I mean, this is tight margins, but the winds are pretty low. The amount of rings to adjust are not that bad. So once you have it set up, practice a couple of times. This is a very replicable shot. Here, no need to worry about touching the rough. There's a bit of a slope up at the top, which slows it down nicely. It gives us a beautiful look here for the second shot to get it to the green in 2 and guarantee the eagle. I played 1 bar of topspin here with the sniper, 10% max adjustment, and you'll see this one might be like 90% slider, something like that. You might want to play drive distance adjustment here, but 1 top, get that topspin coming in here with the headwind. Of course, if you have a tailwind here, we might not play quite as much. You might even have, tiny little bit of backspin or something. No spin. It's all in good fun. This video is designed to help get you through the round and get you the best possible score, save you a bunch of practice tokens so that you can really just get down to tweaking that shot and have more fun, get better scores, and enjoy the game. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you guys so very much. Good luck in the tournament. Hope to see you out on the course. Thank you so much for watching.